Did you send one to Laura?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Send. Yeah, Chewy couldn't make it over on things. On Go Fishes, it wouldn't. So you live, Paul?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it. I got it. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mr. Newfound. How you doing, Bill? Happy New Year, mate.
Hey, everybody.
It's good to see you, Bill.
Yes, Bill. It's really good to see
It
you.
really is. If it wasn't so early, why don't you, or in a bit, why don't you come and join us up on the panel? Don't have to have your camera on. It's always great to speak to you.
Morning.
What's up?
Hey, good morning, Justin.
I didn't think you were going on live this morning because it was like 9 o'clock, almost 9.
Yeah, well, I got a bit of a nudge from the Wookiee.
He was being a Debbie Downer.
So my neighbor came to me earlier and asked me if I wanted a free trampoline for the kids. I was like, sure.
Oh, cool.
Because they're moving and I guess they just don't want to deal with tearing it down and moving it.
They had a nightmare with all them springs.
Is it right close to you, or?
It's literally the backyard next to me, but his backyard's all fenced in.
Okay.
So, and it's a high, like 6.5 foot fence. So I don't know if we'll.
Security fence. You got to get it over.
Yeah.
Well, what you could do is, if you got enough help, you could take it over and then flip it so that it's on the upper railings, and just kind of like boom over like that, and then take it over.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I got to see if I can find enough people to help. Because honestly, it's just me, my wife, and him.
Yeah.
What's up, new fan?
They're normally not that heavy.
Well, this one has the big old like cage around the top too, so the kids don't fall off of it. Like it keeps.
Yeah, we got one in our front garden.
Yeah,
we have. I think it's only a 10 or 12 foot. I don't know. It might be a 15 foot.
I don't think you could put it over that way. Well, you know, because the
no, not with the top on. No. Hey, Laura.
Well, what I'm gonna do is take the top off and then see how heavy it is.
Oh,
without the top on.
If the top was off, you should be able to. You know what I'm saying? Take it over, flip it up like this on the edge of the fence, lift it up, and then slide it over, and then let it go down, and then flip it back over again.
Right. What's up, Laura?
You know,
yeah, I know what he's built. Totally understand.
Yeah, you don't have to slide it. You actually could, you know, two people, once you get it up there and balance, you could walk it over, you know, so that then it would normally go over because of the weight.
Is that a new logo, Bill? It's like a new logo.
Well, he's had that for a little bit, but yeah, it's a newer logo, I think.
Okay.
What are you talking about? Newfounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Paul's right about that. I think he's had that for a minute.
Yeah, I'm so used to seeing the one in a kayak, which is his messenger one, the Facebook one.
Marshall, what's up?
Hey, Marshall.
Oh yeah, good morning, Marshall.
Good morning. How you doing?
Oh, JD just messaged me as well. He did. Is he about?
Don't know.
I just sent him the link.
I just commented on his video about 30 minutes ago, and he just replied back to me, so I know he's up. He flew a really cool little like quarry area.
I've seen the video up, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, that's what I like about GPS drones, man. You can check out spots like that, and you can kind of get a little ways away from you. Like if you want to go explore and check something out.
Oh, wow.
Why does my camera keep going off again? Dang it. I was doing this like a week ago.
I thought it was you turning it off.
Oh, my RAM sticks are coming today too. I'm so excited.
Means nothing to me. I have no idea.
Trade this damn computer up. But that's what I didn't know when I bought this computer, which was awesome, was that it's a sleeper computer. It's got all these ports built inside that are empty, and you can buy all this stuff and upgrade the hell out of it. Wow. And I was talking to Sean Edge FPV.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, you know him. Yeah, he's like a computer genius.
I was going to say he's wicked smart. He is.
Well, he I don't know if he still does, but he worked for Dell Computers for years doing like high level stuff for him.
Did he?
Yeah, so he knows his stuff. And he went and he pulled all the specs up the other night, and he went shopping on Amazon for me, figured out what I needed, and gave me all the links, because I couldn't figure out which RAM stick I wanted or needed, because that's one of the hardest components to shop for computers if you don't know what you're looking for. Because there's certain amount of pins, you know, like the ones I got were 260 pin boards. There's like clock speeds and all this other stuff you got to look out for, you know. And so I didn't know what I was looking for, and luckily Sean, I pulled up all my info on my computer. He went on the internet, he looked some stuff up, he got me all the links I needed.
Wow, cool. Good morning, Barry. Happy New Year, Ben. Almost. Hey, there he is.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
Hey,
how you doing, Paul?
Hey. Well, I was late getting out of bed this morning. Didn't get up till about 8:15. Oh, Bill's in there. All right. Hey, Bill, sorry I haven't said anything, but happy belated birthday this morning. I meant to put something on there, but been kind of crazy busy, so. Oh.
What's up, Barry? And yes, Bill, you are correct on that. That's for sure. New England Drone List is in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got, yeah, see, they had some big fires there out there in Colorado. A lot of people lost their homes.
What team was that then? Do you know?
What's that?
Sorry?
What
yeah.
say, Rob?
Who just come on the panel? What team was that?
Somebody was trying to come in. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, called Tim.
I'm doing good, Barry. How you doing, man?
I just saw it flash. I didn't see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was somebody said that. I didn't recognize them. They had the name Tim.
Well, he was having a hard time connecting to audio.
Honestly, might be somebody that's been in the chat for a long time.
Yeah,
you've never seen their face.
Yeah, that's quite often happens.
Every great once in a while, you'll get one of those people that decide out of nowhere that, you know what, I'm going to pop in.
Yeah.
They've never done it before.
JD will be on in a bit. He's having his hair done.
Oh, okay.
Doing his hair.
And he told us, he goes, "Hey, who's ready for a new year?" I don't know. I want to see what it's like first.
That's kind of like asking a drowning man if you want warmer water, you know?
Yeah.
I am Laura. I know it's buzzing galore.
Hey, Laura. All right.
Oh, what is JD messaging you, Paul? Or Rob, I mean?
Yeah, just messaged me and
Ask him if he's getting pigtails done.
Are you?
The little braided pigtails.
Yeah. Right.
I cannot imagine myself with long hair because I have never let it get like more than an inch long before I've cut it off. I need to do one of those filters one day and see what I'd look like with long hair. It was TCM, so he's definitely somebody that's been in your chat because he's a
Oh
moderator.
yes, I know him. Oh yeah,
He was having issues connecting his audio.
yeah. You got to pick the
Join with audio, but it was
Yeah, I can't
trying
think
to
which
connect
one.
because when he came up, it was scrolling like a loading wheel. It was saying trying to connect or connecting audio, and it wouldn't do it.
Hey, Marshall, how's it going? Take your link out of the chat. You don't want a troll
Oh,
on the panel.
Well, see, the way you need to set it up, Paul, is set it up to where people can't just pop in. You have to let them in.
yeah.
Then you can leave your link in the chat. You don't have to worry about that because you'll be able to see them.
The thing of it is even if they do pop on the chat, we can always swat them back out because
Oh, yeah.
I like a
It's
good
not a big
troll.
deal.
yeah. Welch Rob, Rob is like the cat sitting in the corner waiting for that mouse to come by.
Yeah, you get ready to pounce.
No, come on, who don't like a really good, witty, funny troll? You know, they just
Like Rob, yeah, you give him a wrench or give him co-host, and he just gets power hungry. He's ready to
oh, no,
kick
Bronx
everybody out.
Dallas. I have the power. I'll time you out.
Paul, what did you think about the Heron show last night?
Oh.
I didn't watch it.
You
How'd it
don't
go?
want to know what I think of that. That was yeah.
It was a disaster.
Oh, Ken Aaron got everything he deserved on that one.
Yeah.
So what?
Well, you know,
explain
when
the
that happened,
highlights.
when Sean went off, I went off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just no, I should have. But the funny thing is that you look.
There was a point before Heron started getting ignorant where it could have just okay,
Dropped it.
Yep.
But the thing is that this was pre-planned because how do you have all those laws?
All that stuff, yes, exactly.
All that stuff about British people.
Yeah.
How do you have that just like that? No, that was pre-planned.
No. You know why? You know why he had all that stuff, and I hadn't even watched the show yet. And I'll explain that is because the night before on Flight 101, they were ripping him a new one, and the dude from Britain was the one that was ripping them in the chat about.
Yeah, no,
they were bringing it up on the panel about that.
No, Ken Herring already had a load of facts about England ready.
Well, I know, but a couple of days before that, he had been ripping Ken Herring.
I seen it on Flight.
And you got to remember is those two guys from Flight 101, Lawrence and what's his name? Herman, they both know Ken. So I guarantee you that I'm not saying they did.
Sean is good friends with Ken.
Most likely they called and told him.
Yeah.
Or they seen his show.
Sean is good friends with Ken. They speak every day.
But did it get out of hand where the serious arguments?
Yeah.
But the thing that gets me isn't Ken Herring on the advisory panel for drone safety?
Yeah. And drone rules, yeah.
And he says, "Oh, no, rules are made to be broken. Haven't you never ever did a rolling stop or really?"
They always try to compare traffic violations to breaking a drone violation.
Yeah.
Hey JT, good morning, bud.
But this is the way I look at it. I've always said this. I understand if you go over a road safely real quick to get somewhere and you happen to go over a couple cars. I understand that. And I don't really see a huge issue with that or even getting on somebody for that. If they're just going and they're just doing their thing and they're not stopping over the road, messing around, doing nothing, they're 200 feet in the air and they're just trying to get somewhere. and they hurry up and get over the road as quick as possible, I don't
Good.
see an issue with that, or even getting on somebody for that. But when somebody's 10 feet above a car on the highway and they're doing loops around the damn highway, then that's an issue. There
And-
are
and
some,
But the thing is that if you're doing rolling stops or whatever, these traffic laws, you know, speed, you don't post it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, and nobody flies perfectly all the time anyway. I mean,
No.
And
just,
you know, the funny thing was, though, that I caught, see, Billy Kyle went home and had a, you know, meeting of Jesus or whatever. And he asked Ken Herron to take it down. He didn't take it down until the show because he wanted to get every view, every count of, you know, he didn't want to take that video down because he was getting a lot of hits on it, which is good for him to make money, right?
Exactly.
well,
You know,
it is.
he did, you know, get more people to his channel and stuff. He said, I've only ever taken a channel down, one video down before, and that was because the government got after me. He didn't want to do it because it was, you know, promoting him, eh?
Well, he had 20,000 views on it.
Yeah, it was just, yeah.
And like I said, honestly, for new flyers, you're not going to learn anything from that dude. I think 90% of his show is just gimmick. It's just all about gimmicky
Yeah.
junk. It's not a show that you're going to actually learn anything from.
Well, it's I call it if you're into that a comedy. It's a comic show.
Right.
When he first started out, he was okay.
That's
Like
I
I,
enjoy
I
the
learned
news,
some
I do.
stuff. I learned some stuff from him. Like, don't get me wrong, I learned some stuff from him watching videos. When I first started getting into drones, I was following him, and he would learn how to do this and do that. He was okay. Lately, it's just
It's gotten cheesier over the years, is what
Yeah.
it is. More like commercialized type. It's not. It doesn't feel like you're like a show like this. It doesn't feel like that anymore.
no.
It feels
What do you
corporatized
think,
almost.
JD?
Yeah, I agree.
Did you see the show last night?
I didn't see any of it.
Oh, later on, apparently he posted another video. He was in a traffic jam and he got out of his car.
Yeah.
Flying another drone or something.
Right
It
up
was
the
an
middle of the
FPV.
freeway. Yeah.
He
Down
flew
the
his
freeway.
FPV.
Yeah.
Because he got stuck in a 4-mile thing. He wanted to know what the problem was. So he got out
So
of his
you-
car and flew his
Well,
FPV.
But how far did he fly?
No
was
way
it
he
line
could
of
line
sight
of sight.
too?
Well, he had goggles on.
Well, this
So
is
don't worry,
saying
he
it.
flew a
So
10 foot.
so you're stuck in traffic. You go to fly your FPV towards a possible emergency situation.
Yeah.
That's like-
It could be a helicopter coming in because somebody was hurt real bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or it doesn't even matter if there's a police car down there with its lights on, sitting there stopping traffic. You're not supposed to fly anywhere near that cop.
Yeah, that's right.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, you're just asking for trouble at that point.
Well, like personally, if I wanted to do it, I would have flew up 400 feet and looked down the road and see how far.
Right.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't have flown down the road. And out of
FPV
sight.
as well. If that hit somebody in the head, that would have
Oh,
they would have known it.
because he was boogieing there, part of it. But anyways, I got disgusted on it.
Hey
Okay.
Ron,
I'm gonna have to
And
go
he
back
got
and
his
happy
watch
own
new
it.
set.
year to you.
But anyways, and I don't care who knows it, but I sent a letter off to Sean last night, his email, saying he did the right thing by leaving the show, and that, you know, Ken Herron was stepped out of line.
Hey Stephen Dennis.
Well, like I said,
Ron,
Hey,
Steven,
Steven.
Newfound.
Hey, Ron, in there from RL
Oh.
Photography.
what's up, Brown?
Oh, all right.
But see, like, I really think JD could learn more from, here, Matt's show, Jim's show, than he would ever learn on Ken Herron's show nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, because this is the thing, is you can go on any one of these 3 shows and you can ask questions, and guess what? They're going to answer you as best of their ability.
Yep.
You go on Ken Herron's show, you could ask the same question 46 times in the chat and never get an
There's
answer
500
unless you
people
pay
in the
him.
chat.
Unless you pay him in the chat, then you'll get an answer. And honestly, it's probably not going to be the best one, because it's going to be quick and just on to the next person, quick on to the next person. Some of these shows get to a certain status, and then it's like if you don't pay a super chat, they just completely look over your comments through the whole show.
The only thing I enjoy on Ken's is the news.
Hey, you know, the funny thing is, that's the same with me, Rob.
Uh,
I'm more interested with Jeff Stills on the news, what's happening around.
I
And
I normally wait till the following day till he posts just the news.
Because when he gets into playing those games and shit, I just click. No.
Well, because it feels like it's forced comedy, and honestly, to me, it's not even funny. It's like somebody trying to be funny, and to me, it doesn't come off as funny. It just comes off as you're being, instead of taking your show a little bit more serious, I don't know. Because there was actually a few people that commented that in that video that they were discussing last night. They said, you know, if you took your videos a little bit more serious and stopped trying to force comedy into everything,
Yeah.
I would sit here and watch your videos a little bit more.
But there were some guys right behind Ken Heron too, though, last night. You know.
Oh
support
yeah,
them.
some of the stuff they were saying to Sean was so much out of order in the chat. He got ripped apart. He did, and some of it was just attacks on his appearance and things.
Well, that's because it's okay for certain people to break the rules, but then when they get called out for it,
Yeah, it's just,
it's stupid.
Yeah, I didn't mean to start a Firestone, but I just wondered if everybody had a chance to watch it.
no, it's a good discussion.
And it's drone related. It needs to be discussed.
Yeah, if you haven't, you need to go watch it because it's in the beginning, you know, in a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes into the show.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a shake your head kind of moment. I mean, I understand the two opinions, which it was going back and forth, but then it got out of hand and it was pre-planned. I almost look at it, if you watched what happened in the end, it was like an ambush.
Yep.
But you can't get away from it. At the end of the day, it's a law.
Yep.
You can't.
I
You
just kind of
can't
wonder.
say anything about it, can you?
Well, you know, and the thing is, I kind of would like to know if he lost a bunch of subscribers last night.
Yeah, you know, it's
Yeah, but knowing
Is it-
him, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I've never even been subscribed to him, so I never watch any of his stuff unless it's something like this that's controversial.
Yeah.
I honestly don't sub to any of the big channels just because I don't feel like they're gonna teach me anything, and a lot of them aren't that interesting to me. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Because like I said, most of them are very corporatized now.
Yeah.
And I like the open forum discussion channels more than I do just the strict, this is what we're talking about, and that's it.
Yeah.
So you said it's right at the beginning of it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I have to check it out.
yeah, you'd have to go off and watch it because it goes on for about 20 minutes, doesn't it?
I don't
Yeah,
think it's
but-
that long, but it seemed like a long time.
Yeah, it seemed like a long time. I was just
Yeah.
gasped myself last night. Oh, you got to be kidding me, you know. And then,
Drone
well,
on.
because I heard originally Geeks Final wasn't even going to go on there,
Mm.
and then I was surprised he was actually on it. Right?
Yeah, well,
Is it-
he addresses it right in the beginning. But you know, the thing of it is that
But the funny thing was, Geek Sean was okay with that back and forth
yep.
about the thing. Sean was okay with that. He was just getting his piece in there and saying it. But when then he come back with that other thing with the British laws, that's
Yeah.
when he lost it. Yeah.
Like, what was the whole point of him bringing up British laws, though? This was discussing kin
The
and their
stupid
mess up.
laws, laws that are on the
In
books
other
that
words,
haven't
laws
been
on the
removed
books,
yet.
like you can't walk down the sidewalk with a
Or
piece.
plank of wood.
Plank of it. Like,
There's tons of laws in the US like that. There's a
Yeah,
law in
no.
Southern California that says if a woman
But
over
see, the thing
300,
is Ken would have been okay if he'd have selected all the countries, all
Yep.
of the fake laws everywhere, but he honed in on
British law.
British law.
He was trying to justify, that's the word, trying to justify his reason for flying out of visual line of sight.
but let me ask you this. I'm going to watch it later. But how does reciting old crappy laws in another country,
He was
uh,
basically just saying,
how does that
look,
defend what you were doing? That has
he
nothing
was
to
saying like laws are stupid, that shouldn't be a law, this and that. And then he said, well, you got stupid laws,
oh my
in Britain you can't do this, you can't do that, and he was taking the mick out of Sean.
Well, and it's
good for you, Bill.
he's pretty much against line of sight
Yes.
because he said that technology supersedes line of sight rules and regulations because of our ability to fly copters and different things, and that drones.
Yeah, I don't watch it either, Bill. I just said to Paul Hodges, I just watch the news.
I do have one opinion on the line of sight thing. I think it's a crap rule only because this is why I think it is because everybody
Exactly.
knows when you get 2,000-3,000 feet out, you can't see that damn drone. It starts disappearing. It doesn't matter which one it is. Like when you start getting so far out, you know what I'm saying?
It is a crap law. You can disagree with it all you want, but at the end of the day, it's a law.
But see, they say, you should be able to see your drone for 3 statute miles. Can anybody see their drone at 3 miles?
Ken was trying to say as well
now.
yesterday.
Well, British, and over in England, it's 500 meters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How much is that in miles? Is that what about?
Well, 500. Well, I'm just saying what 500 meters. Is
quarter of a mile, third of a mile.
A meter is about 4.2 feet.
So you're looking at 2,000 feet. That's almost a half a mile.
Yeah.
Quarter mile. Yep.
Yeah, that's not that far.
No. And Ken was trying to say yesterday on his stream that he could see you can see a drone at 2.5 miles away.
Yeah. And
No,
but besides all of that, what's the reason for it? Oh, because I can.
Yeah.
God, this stupid camera.
Yeah, it was you can't tiptoe around it or say anything.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you were breaking the law, and it's breaking the law.
But the thing is, you're advertising it.
Yeah.
Look what I'm doing.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but when you blatantly do something like that,
Yeah.
to me, at that point, you've lost your right to discuss drone laws, and you've lost your right to critique anybody else's flying.
Exactly.
I'm
That's
sorry.
what Geeks Valley was trying to say. Is, you're one of the biggest channels, and you're somebody who I look up to, and you blatantly do that and promote that.
So when next time the FAA rules come out, he has no right to even bring them up in his live stream and say anything about him or complain about him. Because if people are about there blatantly breaking the rules like that, and then the FAA puts more regulations on us,
Yep.
you have no right to discuss that at that point.
Oh, tech review. I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow.
His whole family has Omicron.
Oh,
Let's hope they get better.
Yeah. Wishing you well, Tech Review.
hey, there you go, Bill. There's a good right there. And I do exactly that. If I got to fly beyond line of sight, put my drone vehicle, drive down the road fire, then get it back out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Northeast Journalist. He's
But
And
it
honest,
wouldn't have been so bad if it was in the middle of nowhere, or out over the ocean or something. Still breaking the law, but well,
That's
there's
right.
no.
You know why I am surprised at? I'm just looking at it right now. Geeks Fauna, Sean, he hasn't put anything rebuff or anything back in his own channel or anything about it. I always
Nah.
expect him to do it.
does he deserve? He doesn't have to. He shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Because if he was on what side, he was on the side of Ken was in the wrong, right?
Well, as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
let's
doesn't-
just put it this way. I'm not gonna damn Ken Heron, but what I'm gonna say is it didn't put him in the best of light.
Yep. Yep.
And see, I don't like, me personally, I understand when somebody makes a mistake and they admit to it and all that. But when I see channels, and I'm not gonna say their name, but everybody knows who I'm talking about, 180,000 reasons. When people are blatantly out there doing stuff like that, I will not support your channel. I won't come watch your lives. I'm not going to give you money. I'm not going to give you any watch time. Nothing. Because you're part of the problem. And to see so many 107 pilots supporting people like that, it's a sad thing to see.
Yeah.
And I'll just leave it at that.
So a tech reviewer said him and his son were fully vaccinated. So I can attest it was less for me and Logan, but the girls got hit hard and my wife was the hardest.
Wow. Well, I wish him a speedy recovery. Tech review. Hey, Northern Explorer.
I see this morning on the news here, though, teachers union's a little upset with Doug Ford because they delayed the reopening schools by 2 days. They should be at least a week or more. Teachers union.
Yeah, because it's still on the rise, right?
Well, and the thing is, you might by next Wednesday, you may have a lot of sick teachers.
Yeah.
So how are they going to open the school? I don't know. And I'm not, well, I get my booster shot on the 6th, but to go back to school on the 5th, I went, crap. It takes a couple of weeks anyways, I think, to really get the full effect of it.
Are you off today, Paul? Have you got any signs to put up, or?
Thank you, Bill.
No, I think I'm good.
Wow.
Let me check my thing here. I gotta go.
Rob, remind everybody, Laura's on today with games, right?
Yeah, she's doing a Jackbox today.
It would be
I think she said 6 p.m. to me, which is
got to be 5 o'clock here. I mean,
It's
1
a-
o'clock p.m. to here.
It's already
Six.
Ripping Rob Friday.
yeah. Oh
Is that what
god.
that's what she's calling it now, Ripping Rob Friday.
She said that, if she.
Heard
Nope,
that.
my schedule's open today.
There you go.
I think she said to me 6 o'clock.
But another thing too is I'm not going to go see Bonnie today because my sister's going. We're because they kind of don't really want us there. So instead of having two of us in one day, we're
Right.
gonna do just one a day.
Well,
So-
I'm sure that they're trying to dance that equalized time between outsiders coming in and the crisis that they may be trying to eliminate inside the complex.
Yeah. Well, last night I went in last night. Every wing that they have there has got a COVID case, but they're all staff except for one on Talbot Trail. They have different wings. That one's called Talbot Trail. Actually, that's where Bonnie's supposed to be, but they have one patient in there with COVID. But anyway, but the funny thing is that the government is stopping, here any testing and stuff like that. People can't get rapid tests. They said not to get a PCR test or whatever it is, and all that stuff. So the numbers are going to go down because nobody's getting tested, except in the healthcare and long-term care. So guess what? I still get rapid tests because I go into long-term care to see my wife. So I still get my tests.
Yeah.
A lot of people won't know, eh?
Thanks, Tech Review and Barry. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good video as
Yeah.
well this morning, JD. You put out.
Thanks.
Wow, yeah. Tech review. I just subscribed.
In the area that I live in right now is Southwestern Ontario Health Unit. Anyways, they said they're not putting out any information until the 6th of January or something. You used to get reports every day of how many cases in the area and all that. They're not doing it. So they're trying to hide the numbers, eh? But London, which is to the northwest, they're getting 500 a day just in London. Right now, I just looked this morning. They're already up over 500 this morning.
Oh, good morning, Dre. Recovery one.
What's up, Dre?
He was in
Hey,
the
recovery. Yeah.
stream last night. I think he was a Geeks Vahanas fan.
Hey, me, yeah. I gotta put something in her ear.
I got you tech too, by the way. Oh, he does a bunch of different like
So tech
Tech
review says,
reviews.
plus we had 3 negatives on the home test. Our PCP had 10 positives. She said they should use the antibody test. Works good on COVID-19 dogs, but not Omicron as much. Oh yeah.
Okay. Dre, there's a link at the top if anybody wants to join. Hey,
I
Frank.
would love for Dre to come in. I'd love to hear his opinion on that.
JD.
Hey, Frank the Tank is in the
somebody
house.
you need to follow. The Tank RC, you need to follow him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm following him.
Oh, you do you?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, they were on last night, I believe.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of it.
Hey, Frank.
Good
Hey,
to see
Dre.
you, Frank.
Dre, if you got time, come up, dude. I'd love to hear your opinion about that
Yeah.
that whole thing last night because Dre's very professional when it comes
Yeah.
to flying. I'd love to hear his opinion.
Yeah. But see, Frank the Tank's in the house. Nice to see
Yeah.
him in here.
Happy New Year, Frank.
How you doing, Frank?
Little Laura's trying to scare everybody off from going on her stream. She said, "Be prepared to be roasted." Hey, JD.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
I don't have no medium. They definitely roast me well done.
Oh, here comes Frank. Hey, Mr. Frank the Tank is here in the house. All right.
Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Morning.
Hey, all right.
Good.
Yeah.
So is it New Year's yet at somebody's place?
Nobody here, I don't think.
Well, Tim Jackson's place to be New Year's already.
Yeah, in Australia.
Yeah. Because I seen something there about them celebrating with fireworks and everything there.
Okay. Cool. Well, thanks for the kind words there, Welsh Rob.
Oh, God,
A
you're
little
always
while ago.
welcome.
Thank you.
I caught a little bit last night. I was watching it in bed, though, on the Fire Stick, so I wasn't able to comment. But
Okay.
I left a thumbs up as well. I watched for
Cool.
about an hour. I think I fell asleep then.
Some awesome
Cool.
paint jobs have been doing. I
But,
like those.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was different, especially painting with salt. It's different and it gives it a nice patina look. But I was
That
trying to do a dual paint, like the old paint is coming through the back of it, kind of. So
Uh-huh.
with that one, I
Yeah,
did
that was a
another one,
good
which is
that
the
was.
the apocalyptic car. I did another one, but that one is just 2 colors, which that one looks good also.
That the Mad Max kind of one.
Yeah, Mad Max.
Wow. Hey, Kim.
Yeah, I'm surprised how that video has really gone good. Got almost 700 views on it in 24 hours. So
Really good tutorial on it too. I mean, it was something I'd never seen, plus how to do it. So
cool.
pretty awesome.
That's
Yeah.
that painting with salt one, yeah?
Painting with salt, yeah.
Yeah.
And the salt doesn't affect the paint or anything like that?
No.
Never heard of that before. That's pretty cool.
It's just you put the salt, you use the salt as a mask. So you mask where you want to keep the color that's underneath. So you just put the salt and then you spray on top of it and then you just scrub everything off after. and it comes off.
Oh,
And
interesting.
then you put a clear coat on top?
You can if you want. I did not, but you could if you want.
Okay. I just didn't know if you needed to seal it again, you know?
Not really. The paint is a sealer by itself, unless you want a clear. Not a clear, but a because it's a faded look. It's a rough look, so it's not as if you want it to look like a brand new paint job.
Yeah.
So you do want it to look rough. You do want it to look old. So there's no sense to put a clear, I think, anyways.
So what effect do you get out of it? I haven't seen this video or anything.
You get like an old paint job, like those old rat rods that have rust underneath it, but you see the paint. It's called a patina finish.
Okay, yeah.
You get that kind of look.
Because I do model railroading and stuff, for weathering and stuff like
Yeah,
that, right?
same thing. It'd be like
Yeah.
a 30-year-old rusted front, wouldn't it?
It would be tough to do that for railroads because the salt would be too big, but for that technique would be a little odd.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're working on an engine this size,
Yeah,
Yeah, compared to a bigger.
Yep.
but it's still
Hey, look
I
who's
think,
in the
like-
chat this morning. Furball Kim.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
come on,
all
Kim.
said hi.
I did. I just happened to look over and see it there.
And our tech review as well said he subscribed to you, Tank.
Cool. Thank you very much. There's so many videos I've looked on YouTube for that, how to paint like that way. And so many of them did not give me the step per step. In other words, like once you put the salt, then the paint, and then you got to put the salt on top of it. Like all the steps that wasn't there. It showed at the beginning and then at the end. So there was so many things missing. That's why
Yeah.
that's why my video is over 20-minute long, is because it take time. It took me a good 8 hours to do that paint job.
Wow.
You use a fan? I see you have like a little makeshift paint booth. Do you have like a fan or something that you use, or?
Well, there was a big fan on the wall to actually suck. It's in the garage. The guy who uses it for a welding and a forge, so he's got good ventilation in that.
Okay.
But I'm using those boxes just to keep the overspray, so I didn't spray all this stuff. So I'm using my next door neighbor's garage. Otherwise, I have a shed, but I don't have a garage that's heated. He does, so I taken advantage of it.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
Tech review, I'm sure a lot of people would like to see how you repaired that body on the Air 2.
Oh yeah.
He says he's going to repair some cracks on the Air 2 body. And
Cool.
Got some stress cracks. That's unusual, isn't it?
yes,
Which drone is it?
it says
Air 2.
Air 2.
Ooh, yeah, that's kind of. I know they were having issues with the Alltail doing that, but
So, do you have a nice Christmas, Frank?
No,
Oh, why?
spend it sick all the time, and I'm still sick a little bit. My son got COVID on Christmas
Oh,
Day.
shit.
And
Sorry.
got tested for COVID on Christmas Day, and then me and my wife got it, and I'm still a little bit getting over it. So
Oh, wow. I'm so
Sucks.
sorry.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, well, my best wishes goes to you and your family.
yeah, I'm the only one that's having a hard time going through it right now. My wife is all finished, my son's all finished, but I'm still having hot flashes and sore throat and coughing. So
Oh, God.
getting better, I think. I hope.
Good.
But you guys are safe. You're not going to catch it from me on the stream.
Should we wear masks or what?
I just moved my position further away from you. I
Yeah.
did. I put you at the bottom.
I had a question for Bill in the chat. Was his Air 2, did he use it over time and it did that? Because I've seen stress cracks in the Air 2 after somebody's been flying it real hard for about a year or so. Or was it brand new? That's what I was curious about.
Well, Tech Review is the one that's going to repair his, but Bill commented that his buddy had stress cracks and you had to send it back.
That's why I'm
So-
wondering if it was new or if that was just a care refresh after like 6 or 8 months or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And you wonder exactly like you do, Justin, was that when they first came out with the Air 2, was it an initial bodies
Right.
or is it a care refresh with later constructed or, whatever?
And I don't think it's good to honestly, I think it's better to keep your drones unfolded and out and sitting than to constantly be folding them in, putting them in a case, taking it out. If you don't need it in the case, don't put it in the case. I can see that can kind of wear things out over time if you're one of those people that goes for a flight a mile from your house and you fold it all up, put it in a case, take it a mile away, unfold it, and then you fold it back in. There's some people that do that. Like me, I just have my drone sitting out on my desk when I'm ready to go. I just grab it and go. Unless the only time I pack it up is if I'm going somewhere far, like really far away.
I always pack all mine up.
Well, yeah, Rob pays a lot of money to get that stackable, packable, heavy duty suitcases.
Yeah, no, it's just the tech review says Frank, he understands with the COVID because he was just saying him and his daughter, him and his son, or his wife. I know all his family is down with it over Christmas.
Hmm.
No, it's not good.
And the sad part is I don't think it's going to get better for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
And especially kids, I can say this because I'll be 70 years old in June. I've had a good life, and if it's time, it's time. But kids, if they get isolated, I can't imagine. Remember when we were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old? I mean, we were always on the go. Can you imagine being isolated? Can you imagine going and sitting in school with masks on all day? Your teacher has gloves on, it's a different world.
Well, when COVID hit and my son was going to school all the time, and as soon as they got into school, they had to disinfect their hand with Purell or whatever. And then every time they went to the washroom or every time they took a break they were always washing their hands with Purell. At the end of the week, his hands were purple. Like they were very irritated because so much cleaner is going on his hands. It was crazy.
I've seen people with their fingers cracking and their skin peeling on their fingers from it.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would imagine some of that absorbs into your skin. I mean, alcohol.
It is alcohol, yeah.
well, here's what I wonder. Of course, it might be a stupid question, but I would like to know from a chemist's side, if you're using disinfectant all the time and you're breathing disinfectant, you're putting it on your skin and everything, and they do a test on you, would you show a higher alcohol level in your bloodstream? But I don't know.
Well, that's interesting, tech review.
My wife is laughing at me because I'm in the living room by myself, looking at my tablet and just talking to myself. In other words, because that's what she sees. She sees somebody talking to himself.
Well, just don't let her call the paramedics on you.
Yeah. She said many years ago, you would have thought somebody was crazy because they're sitting in the living room talking to themselves.
Yeah, and as well, you're getting answers back in you.
Or that was like the first generation of the Bluetooth headsets.
Yeah,
Yes.
people.
You'd only see like one out of every 1,000 people had one, and you're like, what the hell are they talking to?
Yeah, I see people walking down the street just getting angry and shouting. And
Mhm.
wow,
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
it's
good,
just-
Kim.
Yeah, I'm going to be going live tonight around 11 o'clock, celebrating New Year's with a bunch
There
of
you
people also on my stream.
Oh, cool. If I can, I'll pop in the chat.
Yeah,
If
I know it's going to
I'm,
be pretty early for you, but
Yeah, it'd be 4 in the morning for me, wouldn't it?
I
Or 5 in
see
the
it's
morning.
an unboxing you're doing, or is that a different thing I saw?
the what?
Frank. Did you say you're doing an unboxing or you're just going live?
No, just going live for New
Just
Year's.
going live for New Year's.
That must have been somebody else's I saw.
That's not a bad amount of money to fix all that tech review. It's not bad at all. What's his name? Tech review's name.
Tech review.
You guys don't know what his name is?
Tim.
I think
Tim?
it's Tim. Yeah.
Okay, Tim. Yeah, that's not a bad price to fix all that stuff on it.
I think it was
all.
Tim that was trying. I think Tech Review is the one that was
Yeah.
on.
Right. Yeah, he was having audio issues.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the only good
You-
thing there is, Kim, is you live a bit out of the way from the city.
Yeah, you're pretty much isolated, Kim, which is good.
But they still got to get groceries and
Yeah.
everyday life, you know. So
Yeah, for the first time, we just tried the Walmart. You order online on Walmart and go pick it up at the store, and they just drop it up and put it in your trunk for you. I just tried that this morning for the first time.
Pretty
Mm.
nice.
I know moms really like that. We used to get so many moms coming up to us saying that how much they love that because then they don't have to bring the kids in the store.
Some of the
Okay.
major
Well-
stores here now have been offering free home delivery. Just order online and pay for it, and it'll be delivered.
God, his name is Brandon.
Oh,
Cool.
Brandon. Okay.
But then I think, Kim, I think everybody is going to end up catching it. You know, I think that's the only way it's going to more or less go, isn't it? Once everybody has got it.
Well, honestly, there's probably some people that have got it that never even knew they had it because they were
Yeah.
asymptomatic.
Yeah.
And never went and got tested because they had no idea they had it. I mean, there could be entire families that could be asymptomatic and have had it and not known it.
But then, you
Right.
know, I reckon it's going to be around for years because there's going to be more variants and
My
everything
father-in-law lives.
else.
My father-in-law lives in an old age home, and they tested everybody, and he wasn't sick, and he was positive. So
Wow. And he was fine with it all?
yeah, he had no symptom at all, and he was positive with it.
So he was asymptomatic.
Yeah.
Paul Hodges, you know, his Bonnie's is just gone into a care facility too.
Long-term care. Yep.
And she and every time Paul goes, he has to put on the goggles, the gloves, the suit, you know, and he says it's like killing him because it's so friggin' hot inside that plastic suit.
Yeah, it would.
Well, and the thing is, it's a long-term care building. You got a whole bunch of old folks who are all cold. So they got the heat cranked up to
Heat.
start with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then driving the school bus as well, then trying to see Bonnie.
Uh,
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
how
had
you
to
do
have,
it.
I had to have a COVID test every time I go in, like, you know, just a rapid test. But
So he's got to get there a half hour early in order to get the COVID.
So any time you could be stopped from seeing her for 10 days.
Yeah.
well, see, right now we're lucky because, well, yeah, if I come up with a positive test, I'm done. But the thing is that you know, they're not testing hardly anybody now in Ontario except in healthcare settings and long-term care. So the good thing about it, I get a COVID test, you know, the rapid test every time I go in. But you know, like I'm kind of self-isolating. I'm not really going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I've got my drone business, I got the sign business. Well, I work by myself. Okay.
Yes.
But next week I got to start driving the school bus.
Yeah.
That's freaking me out. I just,
And then
you know
there's-
damn well because kids are going to be sick.
Yeah.
well, they say those rapid tests aren't exactly 100% accurate
Well,
either.
they're
aren't
not.
they? So
No.
yeah, if you come up with a false positive, then you don't get to go see Bonnie.
Well,
And
the
then-
good thing is at the healthcare long-term care where my wife is, if you do come up with a positive, they'll do a second one just to confirm it.
Oh, the 2 or 3 day one, or they have to send it off to a lab.
No,
and all
no,
that?
no, no. If you're an employee, yeah, it happens because you're working within the healthcare. But it's just, you know, if I go there, I got to go like a half an hour before I want to go and see her because the time I get in there, I got to go in one door,
Yeah,
sign
yeah.
in, Then I got to go out that door, around back into the testing center. Then I got to go in there, then wait for them to come over and swab you, and then you got to wait for all that. Then after they say, okay, you're good to go. Then you got to suit up and, you know,
Wow, and you're just waiting for that day, and you really, when they say no is positive.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well, guys, I'm gonna get going, and I'll talk to you
Yeah,
guys later.
all the best to you, Frank, and your family.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
best, Frank.
Have a great new year.
Take care,
Have a
Frank.
good day.
See you all later.
Yep.
Thanks,
Bye.
bye.
Bye,
See you
Frank.
on your next one.
Yep.
He's a good guy, isn't he, Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to let me pull up his channel real quick.
Are you going to join us, Kim? You're going to come up on the chat?
What's his channel name? Tank what?
The Tank RC.
Tank
Tank
RC.
RC.
He does a lot of builds, and he's not one of these which do all the crashing and bashing.
Is it? It's him with the Iron Man in the picture, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay. I'm gonna have to check his channel. I like some of those RC channels. They got some cool stuff.
The good one he got the 64 Impala. Yeah, you know that one, didn't you, JD?
Yeah,
He got it with the hydraulics and,
yeah,
and all that lot. It's
it's pretty
an
sweet.
awesome bit of kit.
I actually had a RC tank that shot airsoft pellets one time. It was pretty cool. Used to terrorize my cousins with it.
The Mad Max one that Frank did, he
Yeah.
put a gun on the back of it, a little, and I think he motorized it so it can turn.
Yeah.
He can swivel the gun. It's pretty sweet.
Have you seen that one, Paul Hodges, the Mad Max Frank built?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen it? He built like a Mad Max RC
Yeah.
car.
Well, I was the original Mad Max.
No, one of his own.
Oh, one of his own. Okay.
Mad Max style. He done it really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of
Don't
this
mind me, guys. I'm just texting somebody here.
He's
Okay,
like-
sorry.
detail oriented and crawling and stuff, and I just want to go out and break everything.
That's what I said, man. That kind of hobby can be just as expensive as FPV, though, because,
Oh,
like
God.
I said, you're constantly replacing parts and all that stuff.
I think it could actually be more depending how,
Well, see,
how
like
hard you want to go, innit?
I'll see the guys go out and buy the trucks, like those $400 or $500 off-road trucks, but then they'll spend
Mm.
like another $300 on a bunch of aftermarket
I don't know.
parts.
You got an X Max, you're talking $1,500, didn't you? With the batteries, JD.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I'm talking about like what is it, the Thrashers or the
Traxxas.
Traxxas? Those ones will start off about 500, right?
Yeah.
they
For
got
like
some
the
cheaper,
base.
like the Slash. I think you can get for like 300.
Yeah, see, I've seen some guys that have like they'll go in there and buy those, but then they'll spend like another $300 and they'll be going through the hobby shop grabbing all the little packs of parts. I need this, I need this, I need this.
Yeah.
And they completely rebuild it from where it was from the factory because they're putting all real metal parts in there.
Yeah.
nothing's
I do all that
plastic.
on mine.
That's what I had to do with my big rock because the shocks wouldn't hold up. So I immediately had to spend like 150, 200 bucks to get shocks. And
Like shocks for a real car, Jesus.
yeah, ridiculous.
Shocks for the real car are cheaper.
The ridiculous part was that they didn't put the right shocks on it from the factory. That really irritated me.
That's why I said some of these guys by the time they're done, and then buying the best batteries, the best chargers they can buy. Because a lot of these guys don't use all that factory crap. Even in FPV, you buy those binding flies. They still, some people will take them apart and rebuild them.
The batteries are insane. Prices are ridiculous.
They are.
Yeah, because you use like 4 and 5 and 6S batteries like the FPV drones use, don't you?
I'm staying
Yeah.
at 3S because they're like 65, 70 bucks, and I don't want to go much shit. So I'm trying to stay
I'm
at
up
that
to
3S.
four S's, I am.
How much does a 6S battery usually run? Those probably about $200-300 bucks.
Jeez, I'm not even sure, but you can stack them. So I could use that's
Two
what I'm gonna do with my-
6S's, yeah.
Yeah, 2 3S ones is what I'm
You're
gonna do
talking
for my
300
speed car.
bucks. 300 bucks for a set of batteries.
I mean,
That
that's
one that
not,
I had blowout, I just bought it, so it was $40 just straight down the drain.
oh yeah, I watched that, the one where you were at the skate, was it a BMX or skate park you were at?
Yeah,
Like I said, better
Luckily.
it happen there than inside your damn garage or in your
yeah,
house or
exactly.
something.
I'm pretty sure it's because it came loose and got punctured though, so it wasn't like a defect
Yeah.
in the battery, but
Because I seen him, he went over there, he grabbed it out of there, all boom, and tossed it.
I was freaking out. I was like, oh shit. No, I didn't want to keep it in there, so
Yeah, it would have completely ruined all your
It-
internal stuff.
yeah. Cause yeah, just that short time in there, it burnt through that battery strap.
Hey, good morning, Lynn.
I don't know what was coming. There was no fire. It was just smoke. So I don't know if there's
Morning,
like
Lynn.
acid or something in those. I don't know exactly
Oh,
what
yeah,
those
you
batteries
did.
are made out of.
It's that the lithium and all that stuff in them. And it's like freaking it's almost like napalm or what is it? I can't think of it right now, but yeah, they'll just eat through stuff the minute it catches on fire. That's why I said it was good that you were on a big, cement area, because it's not going to hurt the cement. It'll just leave a little scorch mark. But that's what, I've seen videos on YouTube of people, FPV pilots. There was a video of an FPV pilot, and he's pretty well known in the FPV community. He lost his entire house from one of those batteries catching on fire. Lost
just-
everything.
Easy.
I had just bought battery bags before that, so because I'd seen some other videos of people's stuff catching on fire. So I was like, man, I better get one of those battery
Good
bag
morning,
things.
AZ.
What's up, AZ? I don't know. I've always been curious whether those work or not, because I know the FAA requires you have them on, like when you're flying with, you're supposed to
think
have them in there.
The least it's gonna, it's at least gonna keep it in that bag, whatever it's doing. It's not gonna be shooting fire out, I think is
I wish I had the money. I'd love to test those out.
Right.
Get a
What's that?
couple.
The fire bags.
I'd love to get it, because I've seen people online say, I've tested them, they don't really work. And then there's other people that say they do, but I'd love to be able to test it for myself, get like a 6S battery.
I
and
do charge mine in
Stab
there.
it.
shove it in there real quick. Just see what
I
it
think we're
does.
going by you.
morning.
But
Lynn.
there's a
Morning,
lot of
Easy.
people that keep them in like ammo. They get those ammo containers from the military.
I've got one of those too. I
Yeah.
didn't think of that.
Yeah, a lot of people store them in those too. I've seen quite a few FPV pilots say they store their batteries in those.
Yeah, I got one, yeah.
Because those crates, the ammunition crates from the military, those are heavy duty little crates.
Yeah, I bought some artillery shells, fireworks one year, and it came in an
Oh,
ammo
God.
box. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that might be a good little storage unit for your batteries.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
And that's the thing too, is you really can't like keep them out in your, garage or anything, because you don't want to keep them anywhere where it's going to be extremely hot or cold. So you have to kind of have them in your house and have them at that nice ambient 70-degree temperature,
Yep.
but at the same time, a lot of people get nervous having them in their house,
Yeah, like before that happened to me, I just seen like 2 videos of like people having a blowouts. I was like, man, what the heck? I guess it does happen in RC too. I thought it was just like a FPV, like those kind of batteries, but guess
I
it happened
know.
anyway.
I mean, even DJI batteries could always do that. Granted, it's very unlikely one would ever do that, but I mean,
I
you
don't know.
always have that.
I've
You
had
always-
one swell.
Right,
Well, then-
I know, but I've never heard of. Now, I could be completely wrong about this. I personally just have never seen anybody have one actually explode on them to
Are they
where
lithium
it
ion or are
started
they
a
the-
fire or nothing.
But I've had it swell and pop the case.
Oh yeah, I've seen those plenty of times.
The RC
usually-
ones are LiPo, or the DJI are those lithium ions.
Well, it depends on which drone you have. Some of them are lithium and some of them are LiPo. Like I think isn't the Mini 1 batteries? I think those are a LiPo type battery, but I could be wrong.
No, it's between the
Because I want to say the Mini One batteries are completely different from.
the mini ones. You can charge up and leave them charged up. So
Okay,
what ones are they?
the Mini
think
ones
that's-
are lithium ions. Okay, they're all lithium ions, but the
Yeah.
difference is
It's when you get to the A2. That's
they're
the
they're
different batteries.
lithium ion polymer batteries.
On what?
These-
The A2?
Yeah, they are too. These ones are just lithium ion, but these ones are
Yes.
the polymer ones.
I like
They-
lithium ion better than the lipo. 'Cause lipo, there's a lot more stuff. You know, you're not supposed to leave them charged. You're supposed to leave
Yeah.
them half. You know, there's all these rules.
They're more unstable, in they?
Yeah.
But yeah, but at least with DJI batteries, you have some warning that it's gonna go, because a lot of times, like Rob said, you know, the bottom, a lot of times with the like the AO2 batteries and even like the Pro 2s and all that,
Yep.
if they don't sit level, then you know they're swelling.
Well,
Like
and
if
you,
you'll
and
get a
you
little
can-
rock in them.
and if you put your thumb on the bottom, and if you can move it up and down, you got a problem.
Yeah, like if you push it like that.
Yep.
And now you made me nervous because I was gonna be like, watch, my battery's fine, and then I go to push on it, it starts popping. But yeah, so you get a little bit of warning with these, and when that happens, then you can go ahead and get rid of it.
Hey, Howie.
But that
My
one
squir-
guy, oh, go
my
ahead, Paul, sorry.
My squirrelies are calling me. I'll be right back.
But the one kid that I saw that his house burned down, the FPV community actually was really good. They all got together and bought him a couple new drones and got him a new backpack and all the batteries and everything. They really helped that guy out.
Who was it? It was Cody Mano or John Coopy? One of them two had a lipo fire in their garage or workbench.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Something like that. Yeah, it was yeah, that was quite bad.
I don't
Kim,
remember.
Kim will know. Do you know which one it was, Kim?
It's so weird because like there was no flames or sparks or anything with mine. So I wonder what caused it. Like what?
I mean, there's no telling.
not
It
sure
could
if
have
he was
just been a
charging.
failure.
I
It
guess
could
if
have
it's,
been
yeah,
a
if it's charging, that's a whole different thing. I guess because you're going to still.
I
have
said
the
I'm not
voltage
sure.
going
I
through.
can't remember. I can just remember his desk, his workbench, all being
Yeah.
black and burned, and
I bet that's
was-
where
he
the
was
flames
lucky.
come in because
He was
it
really
blows
lucky
out
when
and
he
you've
was
got
his house.
current. Huh.
Well, I mean, your battery, JD, I mean, it could have been anything. It could have been a small little piece of the wire was exposed. It could have been
It was definitely the middle.
something
Like,
internal.
the straps came loose on one of those jumps, and then the battery was just like flopping around in there. So the middle of it, somewhere in there, it punctured on one of those landings. I think it hit the center drive shaft. There's a bearing there.
yeah,
I think it hit that, slammed into that, and punctured it.
I mean, yeah, because you were doing some pretty wicked jumps with that thing.
Well, I
So.
kept landing upside down because I was trying to do flips, and that stupid thing wouldn't flip.
they are cool in they backflips. Yeah, I
You
gotta
should-
admit, you're
you
so
should do
much
a
better than
short
me.
of that. You should do a short of your battery
Yes.
catching fire.
Yes, it's a good idea.
I bet you get some pretty wicked views with that.
Yeah,
That other one I did was pretty good, where I had the fart sound effects with the truck going over me.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, what's he saying there? Check review. The what? It's a dry cell. The liquid ones.
Liquid ones.
Yeah, see, I'm not extremely knowledgeable on the batteries like that.
Yeah, I don't understand a lot of that.
I don't either.
Lynn said hi, Paul Hodges.
Yeah, I was just sitting there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Lynn was sitting there. Oh, yeah, being quiet for it.
Well, that's
There's no
good. to-
time for a hot chocolate or something here. Just trying to figure what to drink here. I've had 2 cups of coffee, so
New Year's, you got to get that champagne out.
yeah. Yeah, celebrate the new year.
Oh.
Who gives a crap?
I was going to
Right.
say, I don't think you'd want to celebrate this year, would you, Paul?
Yeah, not much celebration this year.
No.
Oh well, it's what life deals with you, and you got to deal with it. Move on, right?
Yeah.
That's
Go to sleep
interesting,
before
Bill.
midnight.
Oh,
I mean, Bill put some good info in there about the difference between the two. So the liquid ones have a higher percentage of stability issues.
Life
No.
definitely is not a bowl of cherries, is it, Paul?
Definitely not now. I'm getting, I don't know. Hey, it's not all that cracked up to be, getting older.
uh,
uh,
Hey, I was told you get stronger, you have less aches, and your memory gets better the older you get.
yeah. Okay. So I think somebody was lying to you.
well, I'm waiting for all that to happen then.
Oh, somebody's got. I was sitting there doing some searching around there just on Facebook Messenger, like on Marketplace. See, somebody's got a Makita circular saw. It's a cordless one, a battery one, for $20. And that's the same ones that I
Wow.
use. I'm sure it is.
That's the thing is like even pawn shops, you take stuff like there, they won't give you much for it either.
No. But
Because power tools are a dime a dozen nowadays.
oh
Look
yeah,
at tech review.
half of them are stolen.
Those
Plus
cordless
40
saws
cal.
are nice.
Yeah. I think
know,
I'll
if you-
do is save that one. Yeah.
I swear, Lynn, I think Paul told me that.
Getting old's not for wimps. That's one of the best I've heard.
Tech Review said the older we get, easier to recognize the issues.
But the problem is we have so many issues.
Yeah.
One becomes another, becomes another, becomes another.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the older we get, easier it is to recognize the issues. Yeah. That's definitely a big yeah.
She said Paul's full of it. Hey, look, he still gets up out of his chair pretty quick when he's trying to catch a ship, so he's all right.
Oh yeah. Or those squirrels knocking on the window.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Hello. Hello.
Come on, Paul.
Yeah, my little buddies ring the bell.
Yeah, it's like my cat comes around to me, ramp. Oh, it must be out of water or out of food, one or the other. He's just the way he is, right? Just comes over and lets you know.
Somebody go in the chat.
Yes, I got it.
Oh, hey, there we go. VOR.NGO.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill got it.
Well, you got to be careful because some moderators will both catch the person at the same time, and one will time them out, and the other one will untime them by accident.
Oh, look, everybody's having a go at him now.
There it is, Len. Yeah, that's
Remember back last year, I broke my foot. Was you about that, Jeff? When I fell out my wheelchair?
Yeah.
Well, see, Tech Review said I don't put any of my gun stuff on YouTube, but lately I've been adding a new chapter. It's kind of a slippery slope with gun stuff on YouTube because they'll let you post some stuff, but then some stuff they'll say goes against community guidelines. If you're like blowing stuff up and stuff, they might say something. Because I know that one channel gets hit quite a bit. It's that one
Is he
gun
the one
range
with
or
a
whatever.
50 cal, which exploded? Is that the one you're on about?
No, I'm just saying in general, just content.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, gun content's kind of wishy-washy on
miss.
YouTube. Yeah, they'll let some videos go by and then they might deem some, inappropriate.
Look at Lynn. My father told me all day, Jane Fur.
Did you see that guy on YouTube that blew his leg off? He put that explosive powder that you can buy and you can use it out at your gun ranges. You can shoot it and it explodes.
Yeah.
and it's legal here in the US. And he put it on a small little riding lawnmower, and he was about 200 feet from it, shot it, and a big chunk of the lawnmower flew right at him and took one of his legs completely
Hey,
off.
jeez.
And
Wow.
they let the video's still on YouTube, and you just hear you don't see it happen, but
Yeah.
you see that in slow motion, you see the chunk of lawnmower coming at him, but it happens so fast. And the guy's just on the ground screaming. I was like, oh my God. And he was hiding behind a tree like this wide. It didn't
Man,
help.
I'd be no good then trying to hide behind that.
But yeah, he took his damn leg completely off from it.
Wow.
Lost his leg all in a split second. He just said he used too much of it, is what it was. Like, it was just way too much, and he was way too close to it. You gotta be careful with that stuff. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called a thermite or something like that. Thermite or something.
it's a trained profession, and then you get people just going out willy-nilly.
Well, that's the thing in a lot of places in the US. You can go to the gun stores and buy it, and then just take it out to the gun range and you can shoot it. And it's got a pretty big explosive. Oh, he's saying it's always held back, so I have a contact towards attack. Oh, so he knows who it was. He said it was Kentucky Ballistics got hurt.
Oh.
Totally a malfunction for him, but he got back and better. That's good.
Well, who's the other guy that used to? You used to go on Ken Heron's show too, I think, but he would buy that stuff and you throw it in the water and it explodes. And then he tried all kind of different things there for a while, but he quit. I haven't seen much of him anymore. Well, got a wife and a baby now, but I mean, he used to do all kinds of crazy things there. He even had put fireworks on our drone, and oh yeah,
That's
Oh,
got to
yeah,
be
there was
one of
a
the
period of time,
funniest
remember?
videos I've seen.
They were putting those Roman candles on the drones.
yeah.
Just another little look at that video I put up.
Well, there's that one kid too that was a college kid, like, what was it, 5 or 6 years ago, got in trouble because he put the pistol on the drone. It was here in the US. I think he got in trouble by the FAA for that,
Oh yeah.
because
Well,
you're not supposed to put any weapons on drones
Yeah,
unless they're
weaponizing
military.
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Military is the only ones that get to put a missile on their drone. We're not allowed.
Uh,
And one time there was a video online of a Russian guy with a drone and had a machine gun mounted underneath it.
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I saw that one. What an idiot. What a moron.
Do you see that,
Any-
Mr. Hodges?
Huh?
That I put a link in the chat. Have a look
Yeah.
at that video.
Yeah, watch that real quick. What a moron.
Uh,
Anybody that knows anything about gun safety, you never look down the barrel of a gun, ever.
Look at Lynn. Dang, Rob, guess you can't fix stupid.
Yeah, that was
That's so close, isn't it?
oh Jesus.
yeah, that guy could have been gone right there. I mean, think about it, if he was an inch or two more
Yeah, oh, yeah.
forward, that
Oh,
guy
I
would have been
think
done.
I think he probably got hit.
It
Wow.
went
He
through
got
the
scalped.
bill of his hat. I want to say it went through the bill of his hat, but did it show any blood at the end there?
I don't think so.
Right, that guy's lucky to be alive.
Yeah. But I bet his ears took a pounding as well. Then.
Well, probably it's listed under stupidity will continue.
Yeah.
Well, I watched one yesterday of a guy, and he was in an indoor shooting range, and he's shooting his pistol. One of the rounds goes into his hoodie behind his shirt. So instead of setting the gun down and getting the shell out of his hoodie, he's sitting there shaking it like this, pulls the gun behind him like that, and fires off 2 rounds and almost hits an instructor walking by instead of setting the gun down first.
Yeah.
And then there was that instructor that got killed a couple years ago. They took this 10, and I feel so bad for this 10-year-old girl. She went out to the shooting range to learn how to shoot. They gave her a machine gun that was a little bit too big for her. And unfortunately, it kicked up like that, and she shot the guy right in the head, the instructor, and killed him.
Oof.
And I feel so
Hey.
bad for that little girl.
Hey, Chuck.
Jeez.
Hey, Chuck.
I got that when he said, you know, if we need a hole a bit bigger, we throw some Tamrite and then shoot it.
Yeah, is it Tamarite or Tannerite? But yeah, that's
Yeah.
stuff I was talking about.
That's nuts.
Hey, Chuck.
But it's like a powder, and it's like almost like dynamite. I mean, it has some of the explosive.
But don't you use
compa-
that thermite or something for? Oh no, it's thermite, not tannerite.
Yeah.
Thermite for welding railroad tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that's all that's in? You know the little sparklers you buy for 4th of July?
Yeah.
Thermite's in that, and if you scrape enough of those off and get enough of a container of that powder, you could burn right through an engine block with it.
That's why
Wow.
some of them, they're not welding rods, they're burning rods, and they're thermite, where they light them, and then, you know,
You can use
like if you're going to
packing
burn
tape
through a
on those.
safe or
Make
something.
Dynamite.
But there's like very small bits of thermite in the sparklers, so you have to like use a lot of them.
We took several packs of them and bundled them all together and strapped them with.
Oh yeah, they get
Super
bright,
tight.
man.
It turned into it like it exploded when you lit we had one, stick up for a wick. Once it got down there, it just exploded like a dynamite. It was insane.
Oh yeah, and it gets super bright. Like it almost has like if you do it at nighttime, like we did that as well out here on the front during this last 4th of July. We wrapped, I think, about 10 or 12 of those little boxes. Or no, it was at our friend's house we did. But yeah, we wrapped about 10 of those together, and then we had about 7 or 8 of the really big ones, the super long ones, and we put them all together, and it lit up so bright, dude. It was like the middle of the day for a split second.
Yeah.
In the backyard of my friend's house, like it
You
got
can't-
really bright.
You can put them in water and they won't go out.
No, they'll burn underwater.
Oh, Matty, Happy New Year, Chuck.
I've seen those videos that Paul's talking about. They have a machine that goes over the railroad tracks right where the seam's going to be, and then it sits over top of it, and it does something with thermite, and it just instantly melts the 2 tracks together. It just makes one solid piece.
Oh, here I thought that they put it together with, the tracks together with Loctite 401, you know?
You need a lot of that.
Hey, I told you earlier there, I sent to Geeks Vinyl, Sean Hickey, what I thought,
Right?
about there. Yep, he responded back to me. He said, "Thank you for reaching out. I really appreciate it. I agree on the pre-planned nature of it, which was a disappointment. On reflection, my initial decision just not to appear would possibly have been the best way to go. Thanks again. Have a wonderful 2022."
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
they
sure that Sean is probably regretting ever showing up, letting them take a hot shot at him.
Yeah.
But you don't expect people to be that
That
vile.
mean. I was
Yeah.
going to say, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely go check out that little section of the show when I get done here.
Yeah.
You might want to just go and look at it and come back, because I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it'll open your eyes.
Well, I think it's time for a hot chocolate or something here. I got
Oh, a hot cocoa.
Yeah.
Oh man,
263.
Oh, I left earlier and came back, and that seemed to fix my camera issue. So I'm thinking it was something with Zoom.
So Laura's going on at 1 o'clock today. And Justin and JD and Rob are gonna be there playing the game, right?
It depends on what time my sticks get here, because I may be on a private with Sean
Oh, okay.
from Edge FPV working on my computer, so I don't know yet.
I'll try to be there for, yeah.
And then I have Matt's thing at 6 tonight, so I don't know exactly what my schedule's going to be like the rest of the day. Or 7, I don't know. He picks different times to go on, so.
I went out flying yesterday, and right when my battery was getting low battery warning, I'm bringing it down. It's me and my dad and one of his buddies, and look up, and I said, I think that's a bald eagle. And yeah, sure enough, like right when I've got nothing ready to go up and get it, bald eagle flies over. I'm like, son of a. We've been out there for like 30, 45 minutes.
And that was with your Mini too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that eagle would have messed that drone a new. It would have gave your drone a new one, that's for sure. If you would have got too close and pissed it off.
I was able to swing up and get just some shots from like where I was. They pretty much could have just held the drone and got the shots I got, but I was hoping that somewhere in there I would have caught it, but I didn't see any when I was going through editing.
That video I watched a couple weeks ago of that eagle just walking down that shoreline, and there's like 20 different species of birds around him, and he's just walking like a boss, and these birds are just moving out of his way, and he's like, I dare one of y'all to do something. Like he just looked like a boss walking through the birds. They didn't want nothing to do with them.
That white head is just, I don't know, something cool about that.
Oh, I love that. That's our national bird, man. That's a beautiful bird right there. Like I said, it's a boss bird, dude. You don't mess with one of those; they'll fuck something up.
Yeah.
Paul, have you, in all of your shooting in different areas, have you run into hawks or eagles or?
Yeah, I have, but like they haven't chased me, but like I can remember one not too awful long ago, but I was looking at 2 eagles and way up in a tree up on a bank. They're quite a ways away from me, but I could see them quite well because I was flying my drone there that way and went, uh-oh, no. And I turned around and just came back. I wasn't even going to push it. Not worth it to me, right? So.
Right.
But I probably the most I've ever had problems with would have been turkey vultures, but they're not a problem. There's just a lot of them. They're curious. They were flying close, but they weren't, attacking me or whatever, right?
I think the closest call I had, I think I showed it on a video a long time ago, because I don't remember exactly when it was.
Yeah.
I was down south of the Pine Grove Park where the Bramble is.
Yeah.
I was hovering, looking towards the southeast across the bay over to Sarnia Bay.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I see on the screen fluttering coming towards me, and it was a whole bunch of Canadian geese.
Yeah.
In formation coming straight at me.
Yeah.
And at the last minute, and it was fast, at the last minute, the lead goose flared up like this and went by in front of the drone, and I could count the feathers on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a real pucker factor right there.
He'd have taken me out like boom.
Yeah. But at the down in Port Stanley, you got a freaking million seagulls down there, but they don't seem to bother it, but I just don't want to be in the middle of a flock either. So,
AZ said that his V-copter is shipped.
Oh, he's got a V-copter, have he?
Yeah, he waited 2
Ordered
years
it
for it.
2 years ago.
Oh, he must have bought it on the
Jeez.
like Kickstarter or something then.
Yep. Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah.
Well, he got it for half the price of what you would pay for it on Amazon because of that.
Wow.
Because he purchased it early.
Yeah, what did you pay for it, AZ, if you don't mind me asking?
I think he said it was around 600 or 700, and I think it's going for
around
I wanna say
1,000.
It was like at 1,400, wasn't it? Let me look it back up because the price has fluctuated quite a few times.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
Oh,
the old
what have you
bill
got
down,
coming next week?
yeah.
Sorry, Paul.
Oh, no, it's okay. I was just saying their bill there down there in Newfoundland there, you see a lot of eagles there. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. It'd be just, like even the West Coast is the same thing. There's just a ton of eagles. Oh, mostly because of the fish and everything, right? But I'm surprised, Paul, like even with that peregrine falcon around there, in Port Huron Bridge there, he hasn't bothered you.
Well,
1,200.
I did I kind of took my chances one day. Let me see if I can find it.
It was 1,200 on Amazon.
I think he bought it directly from 00 for
For
$700.
$6.99. Yeah.
Yeah, so he got a way better deal on it.
Yeah.
Are you going to fly it, or is it going to be a Shelf Queen?
Hey, AZ, aren't you my long lost brother or something?
Yeah, sounds like you
Oh,
need some help.
God.
We might need to
Tech
go down
review.
there.
Tech review, I don't think anybody has seen it. Don't think we know what you're on about.
He took that video down, though. You guys said, right?
Yeah, I know.
So
I'm
you can't even
joking.
watch it. Well, I know that. I'm saying, but he took it down, didn't he?
Yeah, he took it down in the middle of the debate.
Well, see, this is the thing is like, even though he took it down, if I'm not mistaken, because I notice on my channel, when I take a video and I either unlist it or I put it as private, it doesn't count those views anymore. Like
Yeah.
when I use the TubeBuddy or whatever, those views will disappear and TubeBuddy doesn't even count them. Like it has to be a public video. But I could be wrong. I don't know how it works on it because I don't even think Ken's channel's monetized. I think he unmonetized his channel not too long ago from what I was told. Because he's just doing the super chats.
But my opinion, though, too, on that V-copter, I think that's just going to be a novelty. I can't see it being I don't know.
Well, this
Yeah.
is it.
I think it's
It's
just
a,
Sorry,
sorry.
go on.
I was gonna
No,
say
go
it's a cool design, but the problem is too for that price. If I remember correctly, the camera specs are about the same as the Mini 2.
Yeah,
So it's like it's a little to me it's a little overpriced. If they were to drop the price to around what AZ paid for it, I think that's more around its price where it should be as far as price range.
But I think the first one was like a bit of a proof of concept.
hey, Rob, are you gonna get into the New Year's Eve spirit again this year like you did last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah, I think that was some time ago. I got the fish tank there.
Yeah.
Snuggles and girdles.
I went in and did all my, well, not all of them, but I went and messed with some of the settings yesterday before I went out and flew on my Mini. Did the gimbal one like Justin and
Did you like it better?
yeah.
Well, much better.
Yeah, and then I saw, I think you probably said it, but you can set cinema, normal, and sport all, you can do separate,
Yeah.
adjust each one. So that's kind of cool to go in and tweak each one.
Right, because then you can find you can like me. I personally, I did all three the same, only because I don't really see doing different ones in it unless you're specifically trying to do a certain thing. Because even when you're in sports mode, you don't want it to turn real fast. You know what I'm saying? You kind of want it to turn easy as it's going quick. It gives you a more smoother video.
Yeah.
And I bet
See, I
you
don't know
like
if I would
that.
ever do videos in that mode, so I keep it quick just for having fun and trying to learn that control a little bit. It's
But
tough though, flipping around. It's like it just wants to keep
Did you alter
rotating.
your controls, JD? Your speed, your gimbal speed?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
tweaking.
Yeah, he said he liked that gimbal speed a lot better too. Because it's much nicer when the gimbal comes to a slow stop.
So,
It's
yeah.
weird that it
Then just
starts out the
wrap it.
other, especially on cinema mode, you'd think they would already have that. But even in there, it was like dropping it straight down. Like, the heck?
Well, see, that's the thing is, like I said, on the Mini 1, the only thing you could control was the gimbal speed, but as far as the yaw speed and everything, it was controlled by whatever mode you were in.
Hmm.
So if you're in sports mode, it's really quick. If you're in normal mode, it's kind of half, and then if you're in cinema mode, it moves really slow.
Yep.
So unfortunately, on the Mini One, you can't control those individual settings. You can only control the gimbal speed. At least they gave you that, because
Yeah.
if
No,
not, the
that's-
Mini One would be completely unusable if you couldn't do that.
I also tried one of the quick shots, the circle.
Oh yeah,
That was pretty awesome.
yeah, they are.
So now that I had to draw, it wouldn't like automatically see me, so I had to do the draw the box thing. Is it
Right.
staying on that box, or if I moved,
It'll follow you.
It will follow you.
Okay.
Yes.
So you think I'd be able to do that with my RC?
But no,
Somehow?
because you wouldn't have long enough, because once it does the circle, it stops.
You may be able to,
May-
as it's in mid circle, but I'm not sure. You'd have to just play with it. and
Yeah,
test
all
it.
right, you got like 30 seconds. But
Yeah.
there is, I don't know if the Litchi app has got rid of it. I know for the Mini One, the Litchi app has got Follow Me.
Yeah, you have to, but that's like I want to say on the, what do you use, an iOS or Android?
I don't know. I haven't used it.
No, I'm asking JD.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, what did you say?
Or what do you use, an iOS or Android?
Android.
Okay, because I want to say the app, I think it's the same price on both app stores, but Litchi I think is $29.99, because I have it, but I never use it. But
I've used Litchi.
yeah, you can download Litchi and it unlock. They're about to put the Mini 2 on there. I don't think it's on there yet, is it? I know
I
they
don't have
were-
a Mini too, so
I think they'd announced it about a week or so ago that they were going to be putting it on there very shortly, here within the next month or so. But it's about $30 and it unlocks a whole bunch of features. Like the Litchi app will give you a bunch of features that the DJI app won't.
Okay, so kind of like an add-on type thing.
Well, yeah, but you won't be using the DJI Fly app to fly. You'll be using the Litchi app to
Oh,
fly.
okay.
So it's a completely separate app. So, but they're pretty well known. They do a lot of DJI
oh, there's Paul.
drones.
Oh yeah. Yep, there he is. He's looking, but yeah,
Whose video is this?
it's Paul.
He's side-eyeing you right now, like, man. back
So,
up.
so are you trying to lose your drone, or?
Back up.
Because he's looking at you like, come another inch closer. I'll take you out.
But you know, the funny thing, you got talking about drones there earlier. You know, there's some drones out there that are out there, but nobody seems to be ever talking about. We're talking about the V-copter, but what about Unique? Nobody ever talks about Unique.
No.
You know, their drones, or there's that other one that was carbon fiber, but you never ever hear them. You know, about those drones.
I'm trying to think what it's called.
But Unique had that, well, I don't know what you call it, but 6 blades, right? Foldable.
Yeah,
I kind of liked it for a while, and it had a big controller with a big screen on it. I kind of looked at it, but you can change the cameras on it too, eh? But it's
That was
another one of
totally
those big
unique,
drones,
wasn't it?
right? Yeah.
I've seen a couple of really cheap drones, but had some cool ass controllers. Like the drone itself was crap, but the controller was super nice with an actual built-in screen and everything.
Yeah.
$200-300 drone, but the drone was crap. I was like, but the controller is like, they spent all their research and development on the controller. We're like, screw the drone.
X
Yeah, try-
Dynamic, the
X
Evolve.
Dynamics. Yeah. Yeah.
Evolve. That's it.
Yeah. You haven't heard a lot about them. You know, people talk about a lot of different drones and stuff on shows and stuff like that, you know, because I kind of look around, but nobody seems to be talking about either Unique or that one there either. You
Are
know?
you talking
or
about the
the,
Evolve
or the
too?
Skydio too. You
Yeah.
don't hear anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah. The Evolve too. I thought it was kind of a cool looking drone. in a
Yeah.
way, but
We
The only
actually
thing is
did.
a lot of the stuff doesn't work, does it?
Yeah.
And Rob is a promoter for, he's gonna be a spokesperson for the splash drone.
Nope.
Yeah.
We've actually discussed the Evolve 2 quite a bit on Jim's channel. That versus the Mavic 3, like which one the professional would want more. But see, both of them have come out where half the crap doesn't work. So it's like
Wow,
there's really no
I'd
good
imagine it's got to
comparison.
be the Evolve, haven't it?
Well, the Evolve I think has interchangeable lenses and all that too,
Yeah.
where the Mavic
Well, you
3
remember
doesn't.
when the Evolve came out, it was touted as the competition for the Inspire series because you could switch the cameras,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who was it did a review and it crashed? And he couldn't get any further than a football field away before
It was Ken Dono, he got, I think it was Ken Dono, if I'm not mistaken, and he got one that was like all beat to hell too.
Yeah.
It looked like somebody had already been flying it.
Yeah, in fact, at one point, he went to take off and one of the props spun off and shot up in the air.
That was Ken Heron.
Ken
Or
Heron.
was it Ken Harris?
Yeah, he went down, landed kind of hard, and the one prop went boom, gone.
But apparently the ones that they sent out, they were like all beat out and beat to hell. Like,
Well, I think that what they did, they had one drone or two drones or 10 drones, and you get to review it, then it's sent to the
Yeah.
next guy and then to the next guy. And by the time, so other people get it, it's already been beat the snot out of it. Because, and you've seen it too, like on people doing the reviews on the drones, like they're intentionally trying to crash them and everything else just to see how good it is, right? It's not my drone,
And
or it's free,
then
so.
didn't Evolve come out with the one that had a plastic bubble around it? So they were showing it at CES under a waterfall and
oh, I don't know. I don't think that was the Evolve 2, but I know which one you're talking about, Paul. What the hell is the name of that drone? We were just looking at it on Jim's channel a few weeks ago, and we were talking about the same thing. They had the lens over it,
yeah.
and it showed that it was going underwater. But damn it, I can't think of the name of it. I'm sure somebody in the chat might know. Honestly, if AZ's still in the chat, I'm sure he knows. He knows every damn new drone coming out. He's already on it like 2 years before we hear about it. Already putting a down payment on it.
The other one I was looking at as well was the Swan K1. But that's more like a wing.
I was really interested in getting one of those, the wings. Because man, they got some good range on those, and the battery lives are amazing on those things because they're so light and just the amount of airflow that you have beneath those wings. It doesn't take much energy to keep it in the air.
Yeah.
That Swan one it looks like a pretty good one.
That's why Dustin Dunhill can go like 32 miles on one of those same things.
How the FAA haven't got hold of him yet.
I have no idea, man. Don't ask me. I have no clue how he's gotten away with all those videos. I mean, for the most part, from what I've heard from other people that have actually, spoke to him, he's a good guy and everything, and I'd hate to see him get in trouble because he never does anything. Everywhere where he flies at there's no danger where he flies. So I'd hate for him to get in trouble, but at the same time, I have no idea how he hasn't gotten in trouble.
There's the original Evolve.
Yeah.
A monster of a camera hanging on the bottom of that thing.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Looks like a big version of the Air 2 camera, just a larger version.
Yeah.
See, I do like that controller.
Yeah.
Big screen.
Well, it's got two screens actually.
Yeah, I'm assuming the one on the bottom is probably what all your telemetry and everything.
Yeah, it's all the telemetry, and then the one that's up above is the camera one.
See, that's nice having it separated too, because then you don't have all that telemetry right where you're looking in your camera view,
Yeah.
You can kind of separate it and put it on the bottom and out of your way. But yeah, we were actually discussing that on Jim's channel though too, because Ari was talking about whether he wanted the Evolve 2 or the Mavic 3. And he said if he had to choose one, he'd pick the Evolve 2. But the problem is both of them came out where half the crap isn't working. So you really can't get a good comparison or even, opinion on it until they're both fully out and everything's fully working on them.
The camera on the Evolve, on, I don't know, the one we were just showing, is supposed to be absolutely amazing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The specs are, when a company puts out specs, that's the specs, but it's whether they've integrated all that into their system to work flawlessly, you know what I'm saying, and to work correctly to give you that picture that they're promising you, you know what I'm saying? That's what we have to wait for.
But I know it's got like dummy sensors on it, haven't it? It haven't got no obstacle avoidance sensors, even though it looks like it's got them.
See, I knew AZ would know. Look, it was the Power Vision Power Egg, Paul.
Power Egg. Okay, there you go.
Yes, I've spoke to them as well. I have. What was you saying about the Power Egg?
We were just
hang on,
talking
sorry.
about it was unique. They showed it and electronics show underneath a man-made waterfall, and it was flying and hovering and.
Oh yeah.
And then they've built kind of like a cover like this to go over the camera and be over the camera while you're flying.
It went over the whole drone.
It went over the camera area, but it allows the camera to move around inside of it.
Yeah, but it was a ball which went over the whole drone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what Paul was talking about, how they had the camera covered so it could be like water resistant, waterproof.
Yeah.
But the thing is most people don't like flying in the rain anyway. So it's like, I don't want to stand out in the rain and go flying. So I don't really care if my drone's waterproof or not.
Their customer service at Power Vision is absolutely shocking.
I wouldn't want to send my drone up into any kind of rainstorm here in Florida. First lightning bolt would knock that thing out of the sky. Rainstorms here are insane. And almost every time it's raining, it's thunderstorm.
I was looking into one, buying one, and I reached out to them to ask them a couple of questions. I had the most shit thing of customer service from them. It took weeks and weeks and weeks.
Do you remember that monstrosity they made a few years ago, the big stand-up egg?
Yeah, that was
a monstrosity of a drone. I'm sorry.
It was cool though, wasn't it? The way the legs come down and up,
but somebody in that place loves hard-boiled eggs or has a fascination with eggs. I don't know why they keep shaping their drones in weird egg shapes like that, but it's whatever. Yeah, I think somebody has like a hobby of collecting like Fabergé eggs or something, the CEO or something of that company.
Yeah, but it goes as a camcorder, doesn't it? And this and that.
Yeah, the Power Egg it was called.
Yeah, that thing was just weird looking though.
Yeah.
You can fit it onto a tripod and it'll do all the follow you and all that in it. Did you ever see the first one, JD? Power Egg?
No.
No, that was way before he was into the hobby. It was like a big stand-up, like drone, and it looked like an egg. It was. Can you find a video of it, Rob?
Yeah, I'm bringing one up now.
Yeah, it was a weird looking drone. Yeah, see.
Oh, you're bringing it up there, okay.
He's pretty excited about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the legs on the bottom are automatic.
There it is.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And see the white thing on the bottom there, that's where you
oh hell
put in
no,
and it charges. It was a charger. Right here.
That wasn't, that was just a base one.
No,
Did
it's,
you?
I don't know. Yeah, perhaps you're right.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous looking.
I mean, it's cool in its own way, but it's just ridiculous at the same time. It's like
well,
the
if you
weirdest
want to get
design.
noticed when you fly, that's the one.
Just saying that, it was doing like 4K 60 before a lot of the other drones, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have no issues with the specs that were in it. It just was a
No,
funny looking
Captain
drone.
Drone was doing some amazing videos with it. Yeah, look at the legs going. Uh, there you go. His legs will go up now,
The
won't they?
legs go up, yep. And it was a 360 camera.
I was going to say that you can spin the camera 360.
And what's the point of the shape? There's no.
Just different.
Somebody loves eggs at the
Eggs.
company. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, the CEO has some kind of
And
obsession.
if you
with
look at
eggs.
the date of this, this unboxing was in 2017.
I was going to say it's got to be because their second egg, it's in the next video next to you. I don't know if you wanted to
Which one?
the top one,
Right there?
up. No, that one. That's the next model after it.
Right there?
No, up.
Let me go back.
Power Egg X.
Top one.
Yeah, the
Right there.
power egg.
That's it.
There it is. Still a little egg.
Yeah.
But it didn't fold. Those had to, you had to
Disconnect them.
place. Yeah.
But see, my thing about using that on a tripod as a camera is how overheated will it get after 20 minutes of being on a
It
tripod?
was just gimmicky, I think, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's going to
Just
show you how
another
he
thing.
puts it together.
Another thing, you could use it like he's doing there on the tripod.
Yeah, I noticed that Mini 2 when I'm doing anything with the settings or anything, and it's not flying around. The drone's on, it sure gets hot.
You know what I recommend you do, JD, when you're doing stuff like that is set it in front of a fan and just put the fan on low and just let it blow through the drone.
But see, even on a tripod, it
Follows him.
it follows him in 60 frames a second.
Huh.
Because with the nice cool temperature in your house and letting that wind, the fan blow through it, it will kind of mimic it flying. So it'll keep the, everything nice and cool down in there. That's what
Yeah.
I do. I always turn my fan on and then I'll set it on the desk right in front of the fan and just let the fan blow in the front of it.
All right.
So throws some airflow through it. Because sometimes you'll be jacking with the settings. You might be sitting there for 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was probably
Yeah.
10 or 15 yesterday when I was doing it and I went to grab it. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I always recommend just put it in front of the fan.
Yeah. Tech Review just looked at the Ken Heron video.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He must
Wow.
be up and about, Sean. Sean
Yeah.
have just replied to one of my. I tweeted him on Twitter and said, a massive well done for standing up for your rights, sort of thing. I can't remember what I put. Well, I said a massive well done for holding your own last night. You were 100% right.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it, I guarantee about 50, 60% of his subscribers aren't even into drones. They're probably in just like him as a person or from his old
Yeah.
radio shows
Oh,
or
he's got his own groupies for sure.
right. It's a very, I would say a very small portion of his subscribers are actually drone pilots.
Yep, you're right, AZ. It was the Power Egg. Yep. I almost bought one of those.
Yeah.
Did you?
Almost.
Because
Paul talked me out of it.
Yeah. There you go.
how many people does he average usually in the live chat?
500.
500-600.
Yeah, out of 140 some thousand subscribers, it's not very much. I've seen people with 30, 40,000 subscribers with
Well,
3 or
and
4,000
other thing
people in their
too
chat.
Is I suspect that there's a lot of the YouTubers that have big numbers have gone out and bought a considerable amount of those subscribers.
Yeah, because this is the thing, right? Is I've seen really successful gaming channels that I like to watch live that do the GTA online role playing, and I like to watch them live. And they'll have 30, 40,000 subscribers, and they'll have 5 or 6,000 people in their live chat at one time.
Yeah.
So that proportion makes sense. But when you have 140 some thousand subscribers and you're only averaging 400 or 500 people, something doesn't seem right. That means that about 89 to 93% of your subscribers aren't even watching your live streams.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of weird numbers. Like you would expect at least 3 or 4, maybe 6,000 people to be in his live chat at one time.
Just clickbait viewers.
I mean, it could be, yeah. I mean, it could be people, like I said, like because he supposedly used to do a radio show and all that stuff. So it could be people that know him from back in that time that are subscribed to him just because they like his energy.
Yeah.
Me myself, I find it
He's
kind of
been on
annoying,
since
but
2012, hasn't he? So
I mean,
Yeah, he's-
and Paul could be right. It could be, a third of those subscribers could be bot subscribers,
Mhm.
where he went out and purchased them. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, but I mean, like I said, I would suspect at least 5 or 6,000 people to be in his live chat at one time with that many subscribers.
Or even 1,000 for Christ's sake.
Yeah, even 1,000. Yeah, you're correct on that, Paul. Even 1,000.
mm,
Yeah, there's people like Dr. Disrespect, like you said, that get tens of thousands of viewers.
Yeah, like I watch Civ Ryan and like Bay Area Bugs. I don't know if you know who they are, and like Polecat. They all do GTA role play, and Civ Ryan, I think he's at like 400 and some thousand. But dude, you can't even read his chat. It's going so fast. Like,
A lot of them do like
so
the
I don't
members
even.
only or something like that to slow it down.
Even when he puts it on slow mode, I mean, he'll have 10, 12, 15,000 people in his chat, and it's just going like this. And so it's hard to, respond or even type anything in there because you feel like your comment will never be seen anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Paul, here we go. Just got a breaking news, but see, yesterday, Ontario had 14, not quite 14,000 yesterday, COVID cases. They got 16,000 today, almost 17,000 today.
Wow.
wow,
Yep.
shit.
And they want to open schools up on Wednesday. Yep.
I laughed the other day when DeSantis was getting interviewed by one of the reporters. They said, "Will you be going back into lockdown?" He said, "I'll be damned if I do that." And he slammed his hand down. That crowd just erupted in cheers. He went off on that reporter. Because it's weird in the US. It doesn't make sense, right? You have Florida with 0 lockdowns, no restrictions, but yet we're like the top 2 state in the country for the lowest cases.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you got like California and New York that are extremely locked down, but there's some of the highest rates of cases.
Exactly.
So it's kind of just weird. It doesn't make any sense. And we have more people in Florida than New York. I think our population, I think we're about like 4 or 5 million or something like that more than
You're
New York.
spaced out and you're all not on top of each other.
Right, but it's still weird though. Like you can go, like I've went into the doctor's offices a couple weeks ago to take my daughter in to get her cast off. They're not even requiring masks anymore. You can just walk into the doctor's office with no mask on. They don't give a crap.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of answers. There's more questions than answers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and then the state of Florida also reinvestigated the numbers that the hospitals and stuff were claiming here and found about 30, 40% of the numbers were inflated. And so they readjusted their numbers and said this should be around the correct number. Because like I said, they were counting people that died in car wrecks, but were positive with COVID, saying there was a COVID death. And so the governor went back through with the state officials, and they went back through and really like went through all that, trying to figure out what was real and what wasn't.
Nice, Mike. Hopefully it's good weather up there to get out.
Yeah, I got Mike. Loaded in the case.
Oh, he's got the triple text.
Nice.
Nice. It's a nice little screen there. So I said I don't ever put my drones in the case unless I'm going on a trip somewhere. Otherwise, I just leave them open because I don't want to keep folding them and closing them over time. You know, it's
I
like
prefer
any
to-
product.
Yeah, I prefer to wrap them up. They'll put them away safe. You know.
Well, see, right now I only have the 2 drones. I got my Mini 2 and my Air 2, or my Mini 1 and my Air 2, because my Mini 2 is busted in the case, so it sits down inside its case. But the other 2, I just leave open up on here on the desk next to my computer. Nobody messes with them. They just sit up there. That way I can just grab them and go. There's a lot of the local flying, you know, I just grab the controller, grab my drone,
Yeah.
jump in the car, put it down on the floorboard in the front seat, and drive 10 minutes, shoot a 10-minute video, come back, gone for a
see,
whole half
I got
hour.
a thing. See, I'm like in a wheelchair. I got to load everything up, put everything. You know, I can't just.
Well, and seeing taking all these off the legs and off every time, you know, it's a bigger pain to me. But like if I'm going, you know, a couple hours away or going to visit somebody or something, then I'll take it all with me, because then I like to have you know, all my spare propellers, all that, just in case I run into an issue.
Yeah, some of the questions I have over the COVID thing is, you know, they talk about all the news articles are, you know, all the hospitals are overwhelmed, and they say the majority of the patients are unvaccinated. Okay, so what percentage are you talking about? Are you talking about unvaccinated are 90%, or are you talking 60-40%? You know, so there's people in there that have been vaccinated that are in there, or, you know,
Well, but that's the trick that they're using with the numbers. Because just say for Ontario, they said 15% of the people are unvaccinated, 85% are vaccinated. Well, you know, it might be 30% of the people that are in ICU are unvaccinated, but it's 30% of the 15%.
right.
It's not 30% of 100% of the population. It's
Right.
not. It's only 15%.
Exactly, Paul.
They're manipulating numbers here.
And the other thing they don't report is, you know, they report how many people died yesterday of COVID. They don't tell you the percentages of how many were unvaccinated and how many were vaccinated.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and Paul's correct on that with the whole numbers and the percentage thing. Not to mention some places are just outright lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're not even like trying to skew it or make it, you know, twist it so it looks like a certain way. They're just outright lying, saying, "Oh yeah, we had 100 cases yesterday," but they may have not even had one person walk through the door.
Well, the other thing they're not reporting is every death that they report was COVID related. That hospital or institution gets $3,000 from the U.S. government.
Exactly, and
So if you die from a heart attack, you had COVID.
yeah, that's why I said
know
that's.
there's some people out there that are fighting that right now, because I've seen a few of them there, and they said, well, he should die of COVID. And they did die of COVID, you know,
exactly.
you know, but you know, it's just I don't
About
know.
the money.
That's all it is.
Well, you know, it's just like I said with the whole car wreck thing. You know, somebody died in a car wreck, but were positive of COVID. They called it a COVID death instead of no, the person died from the car accident.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with they had COVID.
He could have been asymptomatic and
Yeah.
died of COVID.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
I
know,
agree.
places like New York and California could have low rates right now, but they could be inflating the numbers just so they're forcing people to have to get vaccinated.
Right.
They're using
Okay.
it as a reason.
Okay, so today they said here in Ontario, 16,734 people, whatever, got COVID cases. But yet my health unit here is not reporting them. So that number can't be right then.
Right.
Hmm. You know, it's
It's the lazy way, Paul, of how many people went to a hospital yesterday and they just report them all as COVID related.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
yeah, it's just outright lying is what it comes down to.
Hey, Michael.
And there's certain places in it, you know, in every country, there's certain like, you know, provinces and probably Canada, I'm assuming, and I know there's some in Australia, and like here in the US, there's some states that just aren't putting up with it and they're doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like here in Florida and Texas, and there's a few other handfuls of states that aren't putting up with none of that. And it's up to, and here, the way it works here in the United States is each state is in charge of their citizens.
Well-
It's not the federal government's job.
Well, it's funny because I read an article this morning. You know who AOC is. I take it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's
Why
been
don't we
put,
give him the host?
but she's been putting down Ron DeSantis in Florida. You know, he's dangerous. He's
hell.
all this guy. Hey, where is she right now? Huh?
Where is she?
She's in Florida.
Why
Yeah,
have
of
you just
course.
made Justin the host? Or JD, Paul?
Huh? Yeah.
Paul Murray just made JD the host.
Yeah. But
did?
you know,
Yeah,
thought
he
I-
did.
I'm the host.
Yeah, I made you
Come on,
guys
man.
all co-hosts, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
But
Okay.
I mean, if you just
But-
look at DeSantis, though, he doesn't. Anybody who calls him an idiot, I mean, come on now. Every single one of his news briefings, he's for the people doing their own thing. Like he's not
Yeah.
about tyranny rule.
But if AOC hates him so bad and everything else, what the hell is she doing in Florida?
Mhm.
They say she's on vacation right now in Florida. I read the news article this morning. It says AOC, yeah, because she's down in Florida right now. But she's one of the big ones pushing. He's an idiot, you know, about the COVID and everything. And what state she in? She's in Florida. Like, well, there's stuff going on that they're not telling us.
And it's just like, you know, about a month ago, Don Lemon from CNN, right, was down here in Florida on vacation. And a bunch of this big old group of women ambushed his ass at the hotel
Yeah.
and said, "Why don't you have a mask on? You're all for masks. So why don't you go back to New York? Get the hell out of our state." And they chased him through the hotel screaming at him
Yeah.
and said, "Why are you down here on vacation? You said everybody needs to wear a mask. You're not wearing a mask. Why are you here in Florida?" It was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. Hey, Michael Bainey's in the house. Hey, guy, how's it going?
Hey, Russell.
Russell said AOC in Florida eating at a restaurant without a mask. The hell?
Yeah, look at Russell's in there. AOC in Florida eating in a restaurant without a mask. The whole. Oh, you got a ship coming, Paul.
Yeah.
Hey,
Our
Paul,
pop-
I'm gonna jump off. I gotta go
Yeah,
next
yeah,
door
me
and look
too.
at that trampoline.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if
Yeah.
you guys would rather just shut it down, we can do that.
Yeah, I got a few. Yeah,
Do
it's
you mind?
almost
I got
11
a few
o'clock,
things
Paul.
to do.
Uh, JD has to do it though, because I think
Oh no.
Yeah, JD said he'll hold the fort down on his own.
Well, watch him just,
Right.
he's
Yeah.
just gonna shut Paul's whole channel down. Just
Yeah.
What do I gotta do?
all right, I'll see y'all later. Have a good day, guys.
Yeah,
you
see ya.
guys.
what JD, what you do is, can you see down at the bottom on the bottom row? It says like it's got several dots there.
I just made you host again.
Oh, right.
You ain't having none of that.
okay. Everybody in the live stream, thanks for being here. Sorry, Michael, with the Banny, that we're abandoning you.
Yeah, JD wouldn't hold the fort down.
But is Is it 1 o'clock that Laura's going on?
It's supposed to be
Which would be 1 o'clock would be 6 o'clock our time.
2 hours,
No,
10
6
minutes
o'clock
from
your
now.
time. It's 6 o'clock your time, right?
Yeah, 2 hours from now.
Okay. So go over and check out Little Llama Laura.
That's cool.
Go out and see Little Llama Laura, and at 1 o'clock she's going to be playing games. And if you want to play the games, everybody's welcome to. But it's
And-
best if you have two devices: one you play
Yeah.
on, one you watch on, right, Rob? Or be able to split the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Go Fish is doing the 24-hour stream right now.
Yeah, there's goldfish as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob's
Yeah.
a big Rob's a big player over there on Go Fish.
I know.
He's got a wrench. He's one of those.
Yeah, I got a wrench.
He's one of the only few people in history to get a wrench.
Just watch out or I'll time you out.
It's not the Santa.
Easy.
Okay, everybody in the chat, thanks for
Have a
coming in.
great